Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a good one today. I am back with another 2025 movie list. We're halfway through the year, so let's add some more movies to this tier list. But first, I am going to tweak around the last few movies I added to this list in my first video real quickly. Mickey 17, it's coming down to a B. Still the probably best B I've seen so far this year, but it's going down just a little bit if I can move these things around. All right, Novocaine, moving up to an A. Rewatched it, liked it even better second time around. But like I said, Mickey 17 went down a bit on rewatch. Everything else kind of looks good. Yeah, everything else looks good. Oh, I'll move Hard Eyes down to C. A high C. Not quite as good the second time around. So we're ready for this new set of movies here. I got a bunch more to talk about, so let's get right into it. Starting with Death of a Unicorn. Interesting movie, you know, with these unicorns killing people and stuff. Very cool concept. I feel like it just takes a while to get going. Like, you're coming here for some unicorn action, and it's only really in the second half of the film. I heard people try to advertise this movie as like a Jurassic Park type movie. It's not like that at all. Don't listen to that. It's its own thing. I thought it was pretty interesting though. I think they could build off this and make an even better sequel, make it more fun and just more crazy and over the top. There's a bit of that in here, well, obviously with killer unicorns. But I do like that one character, the son of the rich people, the rich family, how he started like snorting lines of unicorn horn and like smoking it and everything after they realized its health benefits and such. I thought that was pretty funny. They should have went more into that direction. I feel like they held back a little bit. But the acting was good all around. You know, Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd, fun cast. So I feel like this was a good starting point, but it could be better. It's going in C for me. It's going there into the C category. I feel like it fits good there. But I am excited if they could ever make a sequel out of this and just go full on unicorn carnage. You know what I mean? Up next, we got Final Destination Bloodlines. Went and seen this in theaters, and I absolutely loved it. To me, this is one of, if not the best in the franchise. I still put the first one just a bit over this one, but that could be due to nostalgia or whatnot. But I really do love both of these movies, and this one is just such a fresh take on the franchise. Especially when you binge watch all these. I like the whole Bloodlines angle to things, how goes through the family members, kind of like the family tree type thing. Thought that was cool. The characters were all interesting, especially Eric. He's a big standout. The humor was great. Kind of like your modern day Scream type humor. I really enjoyed that. And the kills were very intense and very well done. So it's everything you want from a Final Destination movie, really. And the intro premonition was pretty badass too, with that Skyview restaurant or whatever it was. Very intense stuff. So I think this will please all the fans of the franchise. I know I was. And yeah, this is S territory, baby. And I guess we're going to get another one after this, since this one did so well. So I'm excited to watch part 7 now. Up next, we got the movie Friendship, a Tim Robinson movie. He stars in it with Paul Rudd. And if you ever watched his TV series, a sketch comedy show, it's a lot like that. I Think You Should Leave, I think it's called. It's basically like an hour and a half version of one of those types of sketches. But it's really wholesome in ways. It's ridiculous. It's awkward. It's everything you expect from Tim Robinson. And I had a pretty good time with it. There is some parts that were better than others. It's a lot like the sketch comedy show where not everything works, but even the stuff that doesn't work, it's still really awkward, and I can still really appreciate the comedy he was going for. It's kind of fun what it has to say about men in their adult years trying to find new friends, and just how awkward that could be, right? So if you like his comedy show, definitely check this one out. To me, it's a solid B movie. And yeah, probably one I'll go back to into the future. Up next, we got the movie Until Dawn, based off the PlayStation video game. I have never played the video game, don't know nothing about it, so I'm just going in basing this off of the movie I watched, and it's kind of a mixed bag. I love the concept. Big time travel fan here, and love the idea of this time loop, how every night they keep dying. If they don't survive until dawn, it repeats, right? And it just keeps going and going. And each time they come back, they're in a little worse shape physically and mentally. And yeah, I love that. It's just everything else. The execution is not great in here. They could have been more clever with the horror elements. There's not much atmosphere. It all feels very cheap and generic, like your average like Blumhouse type horror movie, and I just wasn't a fan of that. Tighten up the script here, make the characters better because they were so annoying. Like the decisions they made, like I'm a big horror fan and I understand there's a lot of dumb decisions in horror movies, but this movie had too many of them in my opinion. There's some good in here. It's not a complete waste of time, but the execution could have been a lot better. It's very mixed bag for me. It's D. I'm not going to give it the passing mark, even though I appreciate some elements in there. But yeah, it could have been much better. Up next, we got the movie Ballerina from the John Wick universe, starring Ana de Armas. And I had a lot of fun with this one. I don't think it reaches the top John Wick films, but I don't think it's the worst in the franchise either. Has some good action, some good standout choreography and fighting scenes. Like always, this franchise always brings it into the action department. I think the way it introduces itself into this universe, it works really well, and it was cool seeing like Winston again and seeing actors like Lance Reddick after he passed. It's cool to get to see him one last time. This is probably the last film that he got the star in, honestly, even though he doesn't have a big role or nothing. It's just cool to see him back, and the whole hotel, the Continental, and all the world building that comes with John Wick is back here, and that's great. John Wick himself makes a few appearances, and it's always exciting seeing him on screen and what they do with him within this story. But this is truly the Ballerina story, Ana de Armas' character, and I think to do a good job with her origin story. And this is really a revenge tale, her after the people who killed her father when she was young, and I think it was pretty fun. I think it could have went out with a little bit bigger of a bang in the final act, but that's okay. I think it sits nicely in the B category, somewhere around here, maybe even above Gorge. It's around there for me, so yeah, I did quite enjoy this Ballerina John Wick spin-off. Up next, we got the movie Sinners. Now, I love seeing a film like this that's original, not part of a franchise, and garners so much attention from the critics, from the fans, making money in the box office. It's awesome to see. And yeah, I can't wait to rewatch this one. I only got to see it once, but it was a real good time. Much different take on your vampire tale, taking place in like the 1930s, I believe, or somewhere around then, when the KKK was still prevalent. They were kind of in hiding, but they were still around. There was still a lot of racism down south. And Michael B. Jordan plays two characters in this, two brothers, twins, and he does such a great job as, both these quite different characters. And I just like how the story plays out with them. We don't get the horror and the vampire action till later in the film. Actually, till like the halfway mark is where that stuff starts to happen. So don't expect a bunch of carnage at the first. This movie really takes its time to build the characters, develop them, which is not a bad thing. It's great. And just build upon the drama surrounding these characters and this town. And then once they open up their bar, their first open night, big opening, that's when shit goes down. And once we do get the vampire action, it's great. I like how the vampires, they make it kind of thought-provoking, because they say, like, when we're all together as vampires, there's more equality, no one's calling each other out or being racist or whatnot. You're all as one. Which, in a way, they have a point when they're like, we'll take out the KKK and everything, and we'll all just be a happy family, basically. And in a way, it could be a better life than what some of these people are living. So I like how thought-provoking it was, and just how much of a different take this movie was on the vampire genre, and introducing like the blues and all that stuff, the devil's music back then, and Crossroads and everything. So I think this movie does a lot of great things. To me, I'm putting it into A tier for now. I really want to rewatch this. I will before I put up my next video for 2025 and let you know what I think, if it moves up or down. Has potential to move up to S or maybe even move down to B. We'll see. But yeah, I can't wait to rewatch this one. Up next, we got a Minecraft movie. Now, never played the Minecraft games, but I know what they are. Like, I'm not a huge gamer anymore. It's been a while. But yeah, my nephew was really into it when he was growing up and buying him Minecraft stuff, for Christmas and that. So I'm aware of what the game is and how it's like this world building type game with these blocks and stuff. So, as not a hardcore fan, just a casual viewer of this game, I thought they did a very good job at making this a movie. Because, it's not the easiest thing to adapt a game into a movie. And I think they did a pretty good job with what they were given. It feels like you're in the Minecraft world. I even feel like I learned a few things watching this movie in regards to the tools and that they use and different powers and stuff they can gain. I thought that was pretty cool. The casting is pretty great with Jack Black doing his most Jack Blackism that he ever did. I mean, he's all over the place in this. He's at 110% in energy level, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Him singing songs and whatnot. He's full of energy, and it's just great to see. He has a pretty fun lava chicken scene, which was pretty wild. Jason Momoa is pretty good at this like quirky type character. He's kind of an a-hole, but that's the way he's written. And the kids and everybody else are great in this film. I think it was a good cast. Movie didn't blow me away or anything, but it was entertaining. It did its job. Good Sunday afternoon watch. So yeah, I'll put this in the C. I don't think it's a fail, but it's not something I'll ever rush back to go see or anything. But it was decent and entertaining, and that's all I was really asking for. Next is Clown in a Cornfield, and let me tell you, I really watched myself saying that title because every time I talk about this movie, I accidentally say corn in a clown field. And just imagining that is pretty creepy. I bet AI can make some crazy images out of that, but yeah, Clown in a Cornfield. Apparently based off books. I never read them or heard of them until I watched this movie. And a decent slasher, like a throwback 80s slasher at times, for the most part, with the way the kills play out, the atmosphere, the killers, and everything. I think it's pretty good. I like the main story here and the characters we follow, how the town is like against them and always talking down on them, and we really start trying to figure out what the mystery is behind them. Are they good? Are they bad? Or is it the citizens of this town that are a little messed up? And just, I like how the way things play out. The twist is kind of fun at the end. Not the greatest, but I think it worked with the story. The kills can be very brutal at times, so it's not gonna create a whole like a big game changer like Art the Clown or anything, but I think it was a fun throwback slasher. I think it sits nicely in the B category, which was a surprise. I didn't think it was going to be much to it. They did a lot with their budget, I feel. They got away with quite a bit, so yeah, I enjoyed Clown in a Cornfield. I'm going to keep saying it to make sure I don't screw it up. Up next, we got Freaky Tales. Another movie that was like, had no idea what it was about or anything. Poster looked kind of cool. Seen it was a new film, so I checked it out, and it's an anthology. And it was just kind of blew me away. I didn't think it was going to be this good. Another really good original film, not part of a franchise, with great acting. I mean, Tom Hanks randomly shows up in here. He's not a main actor or nothing in here, but it's just crazy seeing him. We got Pedro Pascal. Everybody in here is great. And yeah, it's an anthology. There's multiple stories that all kind of interconnect in a really neat way. It's over the top at times. It involves this like green aura that came from space or something, and it affects people throughout these stories, and that's kind of a reason why they're all connected. A lot of empowering tales here with like these punks having to fight back against these skinhead Nazis, this basketball player who gets revenge with a samurai sword and takes out a ton of people, this whole gang. And yeah, it's just really interesting, interconnected stories in here. And usually anthologies are very hit and miss with their stories, but I think all the stories are actually really good in this one. I like the way they interconnect. Had a pretty cool, unique soundtrack to it. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. This one's going actually in A, believe it or not. Check it out if you haven't. It was a really fun flick. Up next, we got Predator, Killer of Killers. Now, this is an animated film, went straight to Disney Plus and Hulu. And yeah, big Predator fan here, and I absolutely love this. Another anthology with 3 connecting stories, and at the end, all 3 of the stories come together, and we get a final story with all the characters together. And it's what I always wanted from Predator. I mean, we got them fighting Viking warriors, we got them fighting like samurais, basically fighting in like the World War times with guns and stuff. So one of the stories is a shield, the sword, and the bullet, and they all connect at the very end. And it just was really clever. Some really cool animation, not your regular type of animation style. And it was brutal. This wasn't for kids, that's for sure. We get lots of blood, lots of carnage. And I just absolutely loved it. The only thing that could make this better is by making it live action. If this was live action, oh my god, potential to be second place in my Predator ranking, because nothing's going to beat the original, guys. It's just too good. But yeah, I really like this one. Was better than I expected. I'm down for more stuff like this. This is A tier again. Moving on with the movie Fight or Flight. Josh Hartnett stars in this film. He gets a mission to go on this plane and take out this ghost character, this like hacker. And once he gets there, he finds out that everybody on the plane are like mercenaries and assassins out to do the same thing. And once they find out that he is actually starting to protect this girl because he realizes she has a better motive, and better morals than all the rest of these characters. So he turns on his mission to protect this woman, and everybody turns on him as well. He ends up becoming a target, and it's over the top. It's kind of low budget, but they do a lot with their low budget. It's violent. It has some crazy action in here. I mean, there's chainsaws and everything on this airplane, and Josh Hartnett really sells this movie. Anybody else that probably would have came off as more generic or whatnot. But yeah, Josh Hartnett is definitely great in here. He's like drinking and everything. He's not your regular type of assassin. So it's reminiscent kind of a Bullet Train, just not quite as good. Not quite as memorable, I feel. So yeah, it was a good C movie, better than Minecraft. But yeah, it was an okay watch, good for a Sunday watch. But the only problem I have with this movie is that it's not that memorable. I had to actually watch a trailer again just to remember pieces of this movie, and I watched it not that long ago, just to tell you. So it's not gonna stick in my mind probably for very long, but it was a fun one-time watch for me. And lastly, I got the movie Thunderbolts. Just watched this, and yeah, Marvel, the MCU is slowly inching their way back into good form. I mean, we're not quite there yet. I said that with Captain America, the last one. Even though it's in D, I feel like it's a step in the right direction. And this one, like I said, is just a closer step. It's kind of like Suicide Squad, but with Marvel. All these characters are dealing with like trauma, PTSD, whether it be depression or they had shitty upbringings, most of them. And the movie really uses that. Even the villain kind of uses that. And the villain is like this guy who got experimented on basically to become like a god. He's so powerful. But yeah, when a god has depression and dark thoughts, things can go bad. So the team has to deal with it. And yeah, I like the team. We got Black Widow's sister in here. Elena. We got the Red Guardian. We got the Winter Soldier. Colorful group of characters, and I think they play off each other pretty well. They got pretty good chemistry with each other. I think Taskmaster got really screwed over here once again. She kind of got screwed in Black Widow movie, and then they totally just take a shit on her character in this one as well. So don't expect great things from her, but everybody else is kind of great. The ghost character and all of them. I think Julia Louis-Dreyfus makes for a pretty good villain, Elaine from Seinfeld. I automatically think of Seinfeld every time I see her, no matter what. But yeah, she's pretty good in here as like controlling the villain or whatever. She's a villain herself, but yeah, she's pretty good in here. Like I said, the movie isn't masterful. It's not gonna be top tier or anything, but like I said, they're inching in the right direction. I feel like they try a little too hard with the humor at times. Didn't always land, but the action was decent. when it's hand-to-hand combat and stuff. We're starting to get some good choreography in here again. Just, yeah, I feel like the humor was a little much still. They still need to write better jokes if they want to try to be this funny. And the final act, once again, it was a little anticlimactic for me. Climatic. Like, it could have went out with a bigger bang for the whole setup that we go through. But it is what it is. They kind of try to set these guys up as the new Avengers. Don't know how that's going to go, but as for now, it sits in the C tier for me. Again, probably better than Minecraft and the Flight movie, but still not great, just decent. And there you have it, guys. There is my list for now of 2025. I will return 3/4 in the year with another like 12 or 15 movies to add to the list, and then the final video at the end of the year. So stay tuned for those. I always got rankings coming your way, guys. Don't have my camera today, but that's okay. I will return with much more content, so stay tuned, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.